Okay guys, so here I have the EuFy security camera. This is the S340. It's already connected here with the solar panel. So basically you have a USB cable that connects to the solar panel and a sync button just right here. So you need to press the sync button to sync with your cell phone. And here is the mount. It's already in place with the screws. And then I just need to slide the camera there and snap it in place. So I'm doing this right now. So put it here that way, slide it, and it snaps in place, right? And I just need to press the sync button now and sync with the cell phone. The solar panel is good here. It's pointing to the outdoors. So basically I'm gonna get some sunlight here. Even if I have a shade area here, shady area, still I can get a lot of sunlight here into this panel. And it's enough to work all day long, right? I've been testing this for some time. It works pretty good. Okay, so I have the camera working on my cell phone already, so it's pretty easy. You just need to download the app, install it, and create an account. And then you just come here and hit this plus signal, add a device, choose the device that you want, in this case the S340, and just answer the questions and you're good to go. So pretty easy. I'm not gonna show this step because it's pretty easy, right? And then now I have the camera working. Here's the name. So I gave the camera office, and here see the Wi-Fi signal and also the battery. The three dots, you can go to the setup, to the settings, and here you have 0 because it represents the event that I didn't check yet, right? If I click here, it goes directly to the events. You see here, human detection, motion detection, so it can basically detect human, cars, and motion. Back here, if I go to the settings, you see that motion detection, you can select that. So basically you just enable motion, go to the activity zone, and you select here the blue area and the green area, the parts that you want the motion to be detected, right? If you don't select anything here, it's going to assume that you want the entire area. So that's the way I'm working right now. I don't have any specific zones here. So I'm monitoring the entire area. And here select human, vehicle, or all their motions, which include motion detection. When you move the camera, it's going to record based on this event. And here you select this sensitivity, detection sensitivity. In AI tracking, basically the camera is going to track anybody that's moving close to the camera. All right. Motion test mode. When you select here, you walk in front of the camera, you're gonna look at the camera, you see a flash red there when motion is detected, just to test the camera. And some tips for installation, okay? So the sensor and everything of the angles. And there we go. So back here, let me just play a little bit more with the camera. So when I come back here, you see that I just need to hit the camera here, and you see that it's going to show me 2 different angles here. So the camera basically has 2 lenses. So one is wide open, the other one it's a zoomed in lens, so you see closer, right? Sometimes you see here, it starts like taking some time to load. That happens sometimes, right? See, if that happens, just hit retry, and there you go, it's connected now. It's live video, and I can just hit pen and zoom here, pen and tilt, and I can move the camera. You see? That works pretty fine. We have like 2 lenses, so you can see pretty close in this one. And here can have a wide area. Then you just click and hold here, for example. When you let it go, it's going to move to that position. Let me just do it again. There we go. And you can also enable and disable sound. So basically here I can listen what's going on close to the camera because there's a mic there. And I can also talk here and people can listen because there's also a speaker there in the camera. I can hit here to record. So I hit here, got it, and it starts recording here in the album. So basically it's recording the camera all the time. I can just save some recordings here when I press this button, right? It's just another way to record, but the camera is always recording there. So here I have another menu. I can screenshot. I can enable and disable night vision. So basically turn on and turn off the lights, right? And here AI tracking presets, which is pretty important. I can't just click here and the camera goes directly to a preset. Basically what I have to do is just go to the position that you want to monitor and you just set the preset there. Let me show how it works. So basically when you come here to the settings, you have these options for preset positions. There we go. Then you have the set button just right here. All right. And then I select a place that I want. I hit set and I'm good to go. I can do this 4 times. So basically 4 presets. And one of them is a default preset that I can choose. I just select here and I press default. And I have the preset as a default preset. So pretty simple, just back there. So you see how it works. There we go. You just hit here and you see the menu. And then you start just playing, right? So a pretty fast way to go to some position. Let me hit here number 4. There we go. That's the number 4. Back to number 2. All right. And you can also hit here with the 360 round look. So the camera is going to turn and look around. So it goes all the way to the last point here and then it turns back. It doesn't do like a complete circle, right? It needs to go and then come back. There we go. It's not really 360, right? Because the camera needs to turn back. It's not a complete rotation. There we go. Then it can also enable or disable a siren there, so you make some noise if somebody's close to the camera. And here just hit this number here. It represents the alarms. So there's no alarm to check. If I click here, I see the alarms or the recordings by event, right? So I already checked all of them. So I don't have an extra one. That's why I have 0 back there. And here you see that's recorded by motion. That's the event. Here's human. And you can also find cars or vehicles, depending on the type of motion there, or type of event that the camera is detecting, okay? When you click here, you select the days that you want to check the recordings. You see that I have a lot of days here that I was testing before. So when there is a dot, that means I have some recording there. So I have a recording here on 5, no record on 6, 7, and 8. So I have a recording here on 9, and so on. And I can just come back, I click here to back to this day. Or I can select any day here by just clicking here and confirming, right? Then I have the indication for human detection here because I have human detection enabled there in the menu, right? So pretty easy to work like this. And as long as you have the clip that you want, you can just download and also share with somebody. Let's say, for example, I want this clip here. I just select the clip. See, there's some motion there, and then I can just download this clip to my cell phone. It downloads here and you can just play it. So now it's just a file that I have here on my cell phone, and I can even share with somebody and share it too. And then it opens the app, the applications here that you can share using WhatsApp or email or AirDrop, whatever you want to use to share this video, okay? And then you can play in any cell phone or any computer. So pretty simple like this. And basically you're good to go, okay? You have the battery charging by the solar panel. You can also check here the battery in the menu, and you come here to Power Manager. You see here that I have set up for optimal battery life. And I can check the solar dashboard, and here see the statistics about my solar panel and the battery, right? Pretty good and pretty easy to use. Okay, you have settings here for pan and tilt, and you have more settings here for audio, so you can enable and disable microphone, audio recording, a volume speaker volume, sorry, notification, so you can notify people when there's some motion in front of the camera, for example. In general, you can change the camera's name, the status of the LED, Wi-Fi connection, just select the Wi-Fi that you want to connect to, the time, storage. So basically there's a storage that's a local storage. You don't need to insert an SD card on this camera, already comes with the storage, right? So here you see that's available, and space already that I can record. I can format the storage as well. And when you have like the camera recording and there's no space anymore, the camera starts deleting old recordings and records the new one, right? Pretty to use like this. Mounting guide. So that's the way you can mount your camera. A lot of interesting information here. And about the device. Okay, basically the serial number, MAC address, and you can check for firmware update as well, right? So if the firmware here is up to date. Hit here done, and come back to the main screen, and there I have the camera. Okay, so that's the way you can install the EuFy camera and also set it up. I hope you like this video. Please subscribe to this channel, leave your thumbs up in your comments, and I see you in the next one.